breaking all the rules. After mine now, this ain't win or lose. This is what you wanted from me, lit the fuse. Be a pawn all my life, I refuse. You were scheming all my life, now you need me. Not seeing it as a big deal, it's something I can't repeat. In the lab like Dexter, you sabotage like Dee. Yeah, I got the crown now, it's mine now, I'm knee deep.
Yeah, I got the crown now, it's mine now.
I can't be minimized, on the throne you've been advised. Wanted me down but I switched it up, I'm top tier, better listen up. Overhype can't trip me up, over the way had to lift me up. What a shot, look how it rolls, even if nobody knows ya. On my own wave, I am gold, yeah. You was trying to buy me on a low, yeah. Took the high road, let me demonstrate. Cause the old me gone like I've been erased. I'm the boss now, I'm the boss now. Wiped away my tears, got the sauce now. My back was on the wall, now I'm up. When you were claiming I was soft, I had a rough. Outcast left in the cold, outcast left in the cold. The in crowd would block me out. I had the kicking doors, forced into a plan. Been evicted from my land. If you wanna see me now, I'm not giving you the chance, yeah.
Here we go, good evening. I'm hearing myself back here as well. This is horrendous, hold on. I've got mute output on. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear myself at the same time as speaking. It's already bad enough as it is. I tried to change the sound to Spotify so I can monitor myself, but this time I'm not. But 2 nights in a row, Struble, we're going to have Cass. And guess what? We're going to see another name again that we've seen already, Annex, but it's a different roster this time and it's a different division as they will be taking on Serene Vendetta here in Division 6. It's going to be a tough task for them because so far Serene are undefeated, a 4-0 record up against a team that's 1-2, which isn't looking too promising for them. But Sirius maybe have an opportunity to try and upset the team that's sitting top of that league.
Yeah, well, I said to you earlier before we even got going, I think that Annex organisation have more teams under them than I've had hot dinners. So it's good to see the different teams coming out to play, though, just getting a feel for where they're at as an organisation. And like you said, 1-2 in the league standings overall. You know, that can just be, certain games going one way and maybe things not going your way. Thing you have to say about Vendetta 4-0, pretty consistent. They probably look like the top dogs going into this one.
Oh yeah, definitely looking the top dogs. Speaking of the top dogs, let's look at that Serene Vendetta roster that will be partaking tonight. It is going to be Rams, Dollface. I don't know if we're going to call Law 169 or I don't know. I'll just call him Law for this foreseeable. And then Bing Bong. So that's an interesting setup of names to be calling out on a cast for sure. I'm going to enjoy that one. Don't recognise any of the members per se myself, but we're going to definitely get to see them over this best of 5 series. Any of them yourself? I'm pretty sure we're the same, aren't we?
Yeah, no, like you said, new names, but it's always exciting to actually see like different names coming into the league and that and seeing what they can do. Hopefully try and see them progress up. And, the more we're casting these games, the more times these are playing, the more household names they'll kind of become naturally. So it's good to see new guys coming in and seeing what they can do.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, their opposition tonight, as we said already, it is Annex Sirius, whose that record isn't looking too great. But to be honest, I've had to change their image of their roster twice already because I've had given 2 different rosters that have changed different players into between it. But let's have a look at these members. Player 2 was the substitute in. Kind of last minute against, I don't even know if you'd say it, Roski, who was going to be doing it, or Roki. I don't know how you ever want to pronounce it with X's and Y's and W's and whatever else in your name. But then there was Con, Sucks and Chapa as well. So that's going to be a roster that we're going to get to see if they do actually suck or if it's going to be a Kappa from them. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we never know. Maybe player 2 is going to be the X factor that brings that record even tonight. Sometimes team changes happen. People have got things going on, but yeah, let's see. Con, Sucks, and Chapa sticking with the core 3. So let's see how they partake tonight.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, partaking in the best of 5 series, our maps for this evening will consist of a Skyline Hardpoint, followed by a Search and Destroy Hacienda, a double vault once again as we had last night in our series. It's going to be that control on Hardpoint if we go there, and then Search and Destroy on Rewind once again if we get the distance. So I don't know if it's an Annex kind of choice to go double vault picking. I don't know if that's just something that they're used to. all right, that's the way they play games. But this is what people seem to be favouring for now in the last couple of games that we've casted, is the vault control and hard points, and then a rewind and a search and destroy, which since it's been brought in, we've seen a few times now, which is pretty good to see.
Yeah, I think it's always good to see Hardpoint Skyline kind of kick us off. It actually sees who's been warming up the most previous to the game. It's definitely a blood pumper, so dust off the wee cobwebs, get ready for the rest of the series with wee Skyline, which will be good. Hacienda S&D, we've watched it a couple of times over now. Interesting to see how loads of different teams play it. You know what I mean? Some prefer A side, going towards the fences. Some prefer just getting rock control and holding from Lambo. So interesting to see what strats both teams come out with tonight. Got double control. We've got a control and hardpoint double vault. I think control vault's probably the most common map that we've seen the entire year. So I think it's maybe just a sort of safe option for teams to just kind of go with, especially if you're the guys on Annex who made a last minute team change player coming in. It's maybe something a bit more familiar to them. But then again, we cannot not talk about Rewind S&D. Every time we've watched it, it's been an absolute banger. Round 11 last night, so I'm hoping we'll go the full distance, get more of the same. Are we Game 5, Round 11?
Yeah, well, let's see if we get the distance. We haven't got a lobby code, so we will be getting into these games shortly. And like we said, it is that Skyline Hardpoint map, the absolute bang out fest that we're going to see. If we're going to see who is the warmest team to start the series. And most people do love a wee bit of Skyline when they're doing their warm-up matches in their bot lobbies. That's a little bit of a place to just run around, jump off the top of balconies and such like, and get some good kills while they're trying to warm up the fingers and their sticks while they get themselves rolling into the series. We do have Hacienda as again like another staple just now since it's been brought back, as for Rewind as well, which is good. So I mean, the two search and destroys are going to be real interesting ones if we go and see both of them for this best of 5. I'm hoping we do. We said this last night, and it was a quick 3-0, and hopefully we don't just jinx it by saying it. We want it to be a best of 5 once again, because that's just how it goes. And we're just unfortunate for that for the most part, but we'll get there. We'll get there in the end. There will be a best of 5. We will see a nail biter till the very end, and it'll be around 11 map 5 at some point, I'm sure. But that's the only things we could ever hope for. Saying that though, the challengers are later on at the moment, and we were just watching over that little bit of Team Notorious, and they were pretty much routing one of their teams that they were playing against, and that was Kez's team. Unfortunately, we're not looking too great in their first hard point, but that's what things can happen. Mission Magpies have definitely got a solid team, and yet they still got a 100-point club today in the end, I think. But I think it might have been, it was close to it anyway. But hopefully we don't see that big a variation between these two teams.
I mean, I'm hoping for a close series. I always prefer the closer ones, so you get a good view, plenty of time to watch both teams, see how they're settling into things. But can't deny Vendetta 4-0 off the start of the season, looking pretty good. So I think if you're a gambling man, I think your money would be on Vendetta. But hopefully Annex can surprise a few folk tonight. So looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say that as well. If you look at the stats and you're looking at the overall, it does look more favour toward that Serene Vendetta squad. A 4-0. Their actual map record as well is 15-3. So they've only dropped 3 maps throughout their 4 matches, which is quite considerable. That's like 3-1 wins, maybe even a 3-2 at one point, or in a couple of 3-0s. But I'm just looking at what they're saying in the chat there, because they're agreeing to 1 pumps and such. But I mean, 1 pumps and done. Or an II commander. If you snake, you like the others, you'll be getting FF, is what they've said. So they're not wanting to see people snaking like mad here in this lobby. I mean, if you're doing it at Division 6 and snaking and getting away with it and you're good at it, I mean, you're probably still going to die pretty quickly. It's not like the pro level where you're snaking, literally can't see nothing. There is literally 70 bullets coming over the top of a head glitch that you do not see. And you're like, where is this dude? I mean, Division 6, there's no way I'm sure they're going to be as good, the skill level wise, but you just never know. Maybe that's something that might bite them in the backside, a little bit of snaking. But the normal free pump, whatever it was.
Always a few hidden gems down the divisions as well, though. But I suppose, even on the flip side, see if you're on the receiving end of a snake and 2 right will be getting the forfeit in as well. I'd be doing the same, so I can't really blame them too much. Yeah.
Now, just make sure that we've got ourselves set up here. I'd be raging. I'm always seeing it in the in-game. Serene. Team 1, yeah, and then that's it. Should be ready to go, because I've got it set up for that, hoping that's the way that it goes, right? And then if after that we're Gucci. On the other end, though, I did say that obviously the map record for Serene was 15-3. the map record, right, for Annex is 5 and 6. So not the best. Not the best. But means out of the 3 matches, they've kind of won a couple of maps at least, but they've dropped more, obviously, because they have lost 2 games over 1. So maybe there's a 3-0 there somewhere, and then maybe like 3-1s, like potentially for the 2 losses, it seems like. But could have been anyway. I don't know exactly what it was, but yeah, I think everybody is ready in the lobby, which is good, which means we'll be getting started very, very soon. I'm open because I've said I'm ready, and you're ready, Struble. We're just waiting on player 2, who was a team member just brought in, who's going to be coming to that from the spectator into his team, because otherwise they're going to be a one-man down starting out, and he's just going to watch the map from the sideline, almost as good as we could do. But spectators, strangely enough, it's weird that you get spectators and you get like a podcaster in it. I always find that weird in a lobby. I don't know why. Like, you'd want a spectator, but you'd also want like a podcaster. Like, no, you can just sit and watch individual members, but you can't watch everybody else that you want to choose, which is strange. But Spud Creations, let's go Annex. We've got some support in there for Annex as well. So in the chat, who are you rooting for? Have you got Serene, or have you got Annex to win? I think we've kind of, I've kind of put my name on towards Serene. I don't want to write off Annex yet, because I do like to see a nice underdog story for sure. But player 2 just is getting messaged back and forward and doesn't seem to be moving anywhere whatsoever. But
player 2 new to the roster, I suppose, so he's probably just got Lose Yourself on in the background, doing a bit of shadow boxing, just like, getting himself pumped up for him, getting ready for it.
Oh, the days. Oh, God. Growing up with that. That is all you ever used to play in my head. Great game. Great match. Thing to watch as well. And you know what was good, right? FIFA. You know, like old school classic FIFA music.
Oh, mate, I've got a playlist on Spotify catered for it. Mate, I'll send it to you after the stream. I tell you, it's the best playlist I've got on Spotify.
Yeah, it's like when I hear one pop up, it's like, that's FIFA 99, and everyone's like, what? Yeah, I remember that. It's like, yeah, I'm that old. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I don't mean to be that old, but I just happen to be.
You've just got Jerk It Out by the Caesars coming on. Oh, yeah, that was FIFA 2003.
Oh, yeah.
Banger.
Oh, that was class. Is it the Trimley and Co? No, Numinous, it is not. It is actually a Division 6 matchup of Annex. It's Annex Sirius and not the other Annex, which we seen last night, which was Annex Anzu, which is a different roster, but another Annex roster nonetheless. But they've got what's that? Chapa, Con W, Sucks, and Player 2 is the roster for the Annex one. So that's who you'll be seeing tonight facing for that roster. And on the other hand, it is going to be Bing Bong, Dollface, Lolo, and Rams on the other side of Serene, Vendetta. We're still waiting on Player 2. I mean, it's like, Player 2 ready whenever? I mean, come on. Come on, right?
Just going over the team strats on his notepad and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
you know
maybe that's what it is.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, it's one of those ones, I suppose, if you're new to our roster, you want to be feeling as comfortable as you can. As much as we want to see the game getting going, he's probably just getting himself ready. But I think it's good to see, guys coming out in the chat supporting Annex. It's good to see organizations, even the slow down divisions, getting support from player bases as well, which is, it's obviously a positive thing when we're talking about growing the scene and growing COD in general. So yeah, good to see people coming out and supporting their boys.
Yeah, definitely. I always love to see that. It's always good to see them supporting it, especially when something big goes on. And that being said, if your favourite player from that roster does something amazing, make sure you hit a clip on it and make sure it is saved there so we can look back on these actions and potentially use it in the future videos or whatever if we need to do. Raz, how are we doing? Come on, pal. Lock-in, says, well, you know what? Player 2 is finally locked in, which means we will be heading to that Skyline Hardpoint for our first map of this best of 5 series. We'll see who is going to have the start off here. This podcaster is so much better already. Yo, Spud. I mean, gotta love it. I love the hype already you're bringing, the both of us, so Struble and myself. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast, that's for sure, as we go into map number 1. There we go. Off to the races we go. Chapa, start off with looking down this right side kitchen. Oh, back and forward it goes already in the kill feed, but it is going to be Sucks trying to stay alive after finding the kill onto Rams. Raz decides he's going to smack Ride My Pony in the channel point, so it confuses me a little bit here as Con W now comes through the back. Nobody getting any shots, but he pulls it with a pistol as well. What's he doing running around with a pistol at this early stage in the game?
Yeah, I tell you, it's got to be a good start for Annex here, and they did get a good break off and some good P1 time, it has to be said. You know, you're never really expecting too much time to come through on P1, but, you know, 13 points, have still got a remaining 15. Really what they're trying to do is they're trying to get through to get those P2 spawns, you know, so they're close set up, and they might just have to wait a wee second just so they can group up, but they're getting a parallel spawn, and it's a big kill from Con W. And he must know that the spawns have flipped now. He's getting ready, he's playing this side of the pool, and already he's mopping it up. Good start from Annex. Great to see the underdogs coming out strong off the first P1.
Yeah, exactly that. Just as soon as we mention that though, Dollface comes up through the elevator, finds 1 kill on towards player 2, then finds Chapas, and now gets himself into P2. There is one player in the back though that's holding that back spawns, but he will be finished off there as Bing Bong does find him. Rams finds another. Now Dollface trying to continue his spree inside here and manages to finish off another pushing player, and the next one, player 2 and Chapas once again are the two players that keeps falling to the gun of Dollface as they're looking to hold P2 well.
It's very well played from Dollface, you have to say. You know, Vendetta have stabilised themselves. It was a bit of a shaky P1, but you know, and they initially lost the spawn, but good breaks off, and now they're looking towards, with 10 seconds left, going towards that P3 hill. It's a huge kill from Rams, and it would have been even massiver if he could have got that second kill on the bar, but Annex just need to stabilise a wee bit here. You also have half in your mind you want to keep the spawns for P4, but they're setting up well, getting the kills, but it's just getting traded out. Sucks with a big 2-piece down on the new hill though, so yeah, we're going to have to see a good break from Vendetta to cut through on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Sirius managing to hold well in kitchen, but a double press coming in here. 2 dead, make that 3 dead, all 4 dead. That is easy enough. Serene Vendetta managed to break on through, and they still have that side spawn here for P4. And Law knows where the spawns are reading, and he is finding the kills. Sucks, makes his way in and makes his way back to respawn, and so does Chapas as he finds 3 in a row. What a nice little spray there from the Serene Vendetta roster, and now that's going to be even more time. 30 seconds to the good.
Yeah, you can kind of see Annex have kind of almost just, although they've got time just now, the other players are kind of just focusing on bedroom, trying to get ready for this P3, and it's a good break off the rip. The Doll has been unbelievable off the start of this first rotation. Just constantly seeing the feed. 2 3-piece, gets the third, and he's set his team up nicely just for a wee hold on P4 now. Coming off spawns, Rams is looking, he knows where the spawn is, good information, good comms from the teams, know what's going to happen, but it's a big kill from Sucks just to kind of stabilise, slow it down. Is Dollface going to make another 2-piece? Gets mopped up, and it's a good break from Annex.
Yeah, Annex break, but it is still the spawns on the side of Vendetta. Rams finds 1, goes into the hard point, looks at the wrong place. It's not the bathtub this time, we're sitting on top of the loo. And for that time, 32 seconds still going their way. They've still got a chance here to bring this back even. Only one player to deal with onto your right hand side. That's going to be Bing Bong holding the contest. And player 2 doesn't want to challenge it. His teammate comes in to help, and Chapas will finish it off. Maybe finds a second as well onto Law, and he'll get the remaining scrap time here unless Bing Bong has something to do with it. But instead of his, it was his teammate. A good little break once again as Serene will get the last 8 seconds or so as we go back towards P1 here for our second set of rotations.
Yeah, you have to say it's a good wee P4 hold from Annex. It got the majority of the time on that one. Still down 20 points, so it's a pretty even game so far. Good to see, but Bing Bong looks set up nicely to kind of get, unfortunately does get traded out there, but now it looks like Annex have the favourable spawns for that P2. I've said it before, time and time again, P2 is your money hill, it's your most important hill on this game, so really if you're the guys on Vendetta, what you're thinking is, right, we've got to get some kills, get some map control, push towards the spawns and try get the boys on Annex spawning out.
Yeah, well, Serena managed to hold on still here. A couple of 2-pieces coming in from Dollface and Bing Bong. And they're going to make sure he makes a third. But there we go. This is the option. Bing Bong staying on side. Finds the one at piano. Knows there's going to be a chance from up top catwalk. It is going to be coming in. They don't manage to find that kill. But they do keep control as they make the rotation down. Dollface loses track of that player inside the elevator and will lose the gunfight. All 3 dead here for Serene Vendetta, and the spawns in favour of Annex Sirius at the moment as they look to try and get this time back as they're 30 seconds, what, 50 seconds, 7 seconds away. It's a wee bit of a difficult path, but they can bring it all back in this hard point.
Yeah, number 1 on the minimap right now, who's climbing up piano, is going to be a really important player if you can get if you can mop him up down bottom. They never seem to check Zip at all, but Sucks has cleaned them up. Bing Bong with a big play, playing for the spawns in the back, just makes his team turn, and then straight away, oh, but LOL has played it quite well, actually, staying alive. He gets this 2-piece, doesn't quite con W with a big kill with the AR in sight, believe it or not. Usually you want your subs hitting sight, but just proves this boy can do it all.
He does exactly what I do every single time I play Hardpoint. I forget what weapon of choice I have. It's always the AR, and I'm always chasing people down. I have no idea why, but sometimes it works, sometimes it definitely doesn't. But for there, it did work for Annex as they're pulling this lead back towards them, as they could potentially at least take this here as they're holding already in kitchen. They're already set up here for next. They're only 12 seconds behind. It's the closest we've been for quite some time. But they're looking for spawns in the back instead, and that's 3 dead. That's going to be the wait for Serene, and that's going to be opportunity to get back inside the hill and create a lead once again.
Yeah, I have to say it was a really big play from player 2, making a wee pinch towards the new hill, actually. Managed to make a 2-piece, and, you know, coming into a new roster, sometimes your fundamentals are going to be a slightly off, makes a good 2-piece, but then his squad just gets wiped. As we're seeing just now, trades are kind of going back and forth constantly. It's just going white and purple constantly. But Vendetta seem to have come off the best right now. You do not want to be on this spawn trap if you are the guys on Annex. Saying that, they've got 4 dead. Now it's time to soak up that time. Only a 25-point lead in the favour of Vendetta.
Yeah, this is a good wee bit of spray here from Annex as they try to find some routes around the back. Don't know if he's going to push up too far here. Player 2 might actually flip himself out. Doesn't want to do that, but at least they've got players holding the anchor in the back. It's going to be Six. He's going to have to stay here himself with Con W, because if they lose that gunfight, they could lose them spawns quite quickly.
This is a massive gunfight right here on the right hand side. He needs to mop up this kill on the right. Surely he's come out to his team, and player 2 does wipe it out. Sucks has taken up a really good position early there. You can see him just mopping up kills, even though they're not touching the hill right now. It's so important. It's one of the hardest headies to take people off of. Communication on points from the boys. Player 2 just flying about, mopping up kills. If you're the side of Vendetta, you're going to have to try and work around the back here. But the guys on Annex are just cleaning up. You see P4, first rotation, they were really good. Player 2 with the 3-piece and Sucks with the 4. 4 dead. Oh, Annex have really flipped this game on its head.
Yeah, they've got themselves in the lead for the first time here in this episode here on Skyline. It is going to be an interesting one to watch. It's almost like watching 2 different games. We've seen a good lead for Serene, but it's just been eaten away at here as Annex Sirius have managed to make the break on. But the last bit of scrap time will go the way of Serene Vendetta as everybody's looking towards new rotations, towards P1 and potentially holding for P2 spawns. But you don't want to push up too early because Annex will probably lose that lead soon enough if they don't get on the time. But they have managed to secure it. They've got themselves set up, and they've got players in the back here for P2. Chapas, though, finds some good shots there onto 1. Can't find a second. Rams will secure it, but Con W up top is going to find another 2. That's going to give them even more time and map security here. But I think that is Bing Bong. It is. It doesn't find anything here, but it'll take them off of the hard point for now. Low turns, and all of a sudden Chapas is there to answer back, and this is a big spell here for Annex.
Yeah, it's huge from Annex. You know, like I've been saying, P1, you're not expected to really get the most amount of time. Your focus is keeping P2, but they've stabilised really well. Dollface even went for a wee pinch earlier on, got mopped up. 3 dead, 4 dead as we're speaking for Annex right now. Con W and Player 2. You know, Player 2 coming into the roster, he's having an absolute beast of a game right now. They have to be happy with this pickup. Yeah,
definitely. And Con W is on a 6th brace just now as well. He's keeping things heated. He's on 30 kills as well as Player 2. They've got themselves back in quite well, and they're already in towards P2. Getting past that 200-point mark first, as Dollface is the player to try and make an effort in towards back. Finds Chapas, and there's 3 dead in the feed. One more player to deal with. Can't spot the player that's sitting around waiting. Sucks, finds 1, finds a second, but the trade comes in. And Bing Bong will be the one inside the time, thankfully, for Serene Vendetta, as it's looking like the map was about to run away from them for a second here, as Annex have got themselves into a nice spray.
Yeah, this 30-point hold, it could flip the lead if they hold it correctly. You know, Sucks went absolutely massive with that 2-piece as a big kill there from Dollface, actually, just to resecure it. Every trophy's down, teams are setting up nicely. 20 seconds left. If your boys on Annex, you just have to be saying chalk it off now, lads. Let's just get to Bar Hill and just hold it from there.
Yeah, there we go. Chapas makes a break. The players back in. Annex are still in control, but 8 more seconds to go. Battle back towards the kitchen. It's that close of a hard point. It could end here, depending on who holds for the majority of the time. It has to be Annex, though, to finish it out, but it will be going to P4 either way if you see a Serene's hold at the start, no matter what. But Annex, guess what? They're the team that are in, and they're the team that I wanted to try and finish it here. It's going to be a difficult ask, because Serene were going to be putting all guns to the metal, and they do exactly that. It is still a bit checkerboard, but they have the control, and it's a split spawns coming in.
You're talking about the 3 boys on the 30 bombs on Annex, but you have to say Dollface has been undeniable this game as well, just taking routes. It's interesting to see how this Annex team are playing. They seem to be favouring the ARs being in the hill and the subs making routes around them. So it's good to see the way different teams have play the map and different modes and stuff. But you can't really complain right now when you're 10 points away from the victory. Chapo with a big 2-piece. Con W just mopping up in the 4th. 5 seconds away from the win. I don't know if the guys on Vendetta are going to be able to make it in time.
He
just
does
about
do so. That's a massive kill as well, though. And there's going to be 2 players. There's going to be a fight till the end. 2 more seconds is all that needed. Con W finds 1. Second one is done. The win is done. And Annex Sirius will take map number 1. And guess what? It's their 6th map win of their 3 maps they've played. So that's a good start. Annex Sirius went 250 to 2. What was that? 204?
204, yeah. You have to say it's got to take a bit of confidence if you're Annex, because I mean we were saying before the match even started they're probably the underdogs here, but they look pretty good on the hard point. I thought Vendetta started off the stronger out of the 2 teams there, but they've just had a couple of those P4 hills really won Annex a game. They got good holds on it the whole time. Plus, you see on that 3rd rotation for P1, they soaked up a good 25-30 seconds, which just elevated them to another level going into that. And then obviously just, the 2 pieces they just kept coming up with. Chapa with a big one at the end. Very well played from Annex. S&D coming up next. Can't wait to see this.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see if it's going to be just a fluke map 1 for Annex, but with, like you said, player 2, solid performance from him and Con W were just looking great. Both of them well over 30. I think one of them was so close to 40 as well. Yeah, Con W was 37, player 2 was 35, and Sux was 33 on the team. Chapas was just 1 away from that 30 as well, but great amount of time earned for Sux as he's 1 minute and 45 seconds of time, and Con W was 1 minute 29. But yeah, you said it earlier as well. Dollface and Bing Bong, even though the Serene Vendetta team were down, they were both over 30 kills as well. So quite a good evenly matched there. I think it was pretty good. Need the revenue, sorry. Thank you, Stu. That is unintentional, honestly, God. We do change it, we do find things around, but it's just the way it goes. I can't really change it too much. That's just the way Twitch loves to go. I've turned it down as much as I possibly could without making it a mess. But yeah, so after that map 1, do you feel the Annex have got definitely warmed up well enough? They got a slow start in the hard point, but when they took the lead, they never saw a turn around from that point on. It was just all Annex.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see for the other matches. It would be interesting to know if, the games that they lost, were they winning their hard points? Because I'm seeing it quite frequently now down the divisions that teams are actually quite good and they win their hard points, but where they struggle is their S&Ds and controls, because they always say S&Ds wins you championships, wins you series, controls your flip game mode if you're going to try and Neslo it, but some teams are just that strong on hard point, they maybe neglect the other game modes, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on with that one. But I have to say, for the kills wise, it wasn't too slay heavy. Obviously the guys on Annex outslayed a wee bit, like you said, 3 of them on 30 bombs, but I think it was just the timings of certain hills and certain breaks that they got. What else can you say? Do you know what I mean? P4s was the big ones for Annex there, and P1 soaking up quite a bit of time on it. That's really what won them the game.
Yeah, definitely that. I'm just going to see if this whole... Oh, they've started the game anyway. Right, so we're going to the game. I think I've changed everything around there as we're doing it, but we should be good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. This is the way things go. People don't listen, even though they were new. Just tell me when you're ready. Okay, I'll do that. But Hassie ended Search and Destroy for our map number 2. And it should be that I have all these overlays right and the colours changed just in time as we go into it. But who do you think's taking this Search and Destroy then? Serene, are they going to have a hot start and it's going to be another comeback from Annex? Or are we going to see Annex now with the that kind of momentum behind them just continue to go on that way?
Well, going on absolutely no information on either teams. I could not say what either one is stronger in what game mode. But, if you're Annex, you've got to be riding the momentum a wee bit. You've got to be feeling quite hot on that one. So, squaring up mid, taking your gunfights early, that'd be quite a good thing. See if you're the guys on Vendetta, you want to just slow it down. But straight away, 2 dead in the kill feed. Player 2 is having a very good series right now. He's been a great pickup for them. late on, and like I said, another 2-piece there just opens up the whole map. Suddenly it's a 3v1 for Bing Bong.
Yeah, there we go. Bing Bong does find Con W though. He's in a 1v3 situation, and it's going to be a difficult ask as the bomb will be planted over towards this B side. A lot of work here for Bing Bong to try and find a round win. Where is it going to come from? Is he going to find one more kit pick, get the opportunity to try and split the players apart? But if you're serious, you just make sure you're watching all of these angles, as you do get information tagged. Bing Bong will challenge the doorway. It's going to be an easy enough pit win there, and that will be a round on the board here for Annex Sirius.
Yeah, I have to say it's a great first round, especially coming off a hot hardpoint win. The problem with Vendetta is there, you know, when you've just lost the map, you kind of want to slow it down, especially if it was as fast paced as the last one. But, you know, you had 2 players dead within 15 seconds. It's not the ideal start, and then as soon as that bomb goes down, it's probably one of the hardest bombs to retake, especially in a 1v3. I know we seen a 1v4 last night, which was sensational, but it was a lot for Bing Bong to do right there.
Yeah, we did see a sensational one last night, and that was the only 4 kills they got on the whole search and destroy. So hopefully we don't see one like that where the only 4 kills come from an ace in the round. We do want to see a very competitive S&D here, but it is only 1 round got done, so we'll get to see how they play it, because no trophy systems this early on. Player 2 though will be the first to blooded. Instantly traded out though, as Sucks will find Dollface after that kill.
Yeah, and the bomb's going down. It's quite a confident plant from Rams here, actually, because he's very exposed to their spawn, but obviously he has got his teammate out in. It'd be interesting to see this retake from Con W and Chapa, and that first kill is really going to help them on the way into a 2v2 now. Yeah,
with Chapa opening that opportunity, it's going to be the player that's on that flank, Con W, trying to look his angles, expecting players to be looking towards that A bomb site, but Bing Bong will find Chapas. Bing Bong will kill his teammate. Now he's put himself in a 1v1. Why would you be doing such a thing? He must have got a bit of a fright, and now Con W goes for the chase, knows exactly where he's gone. He's making lots of noise, but loses track of sight.
Great awareness from Bing Bong. Is he going to check it too late? Oh, checks it perfectly. Oh, very well played. I mean, I have to say, it's impressive from Bing Bong actually to just have that instinct that he's going to be getting chased. It obviously didn't show him on the screen at all, but he's ran behind desk, and it just didn't give the boys on Annex enough chance to actually get the kill and defuse the bomb. Thought that maybe a wee bit of an early defuse. I mean, a bit early of a check just in case he is picked off it. But well played. Ties the series up 1-1.
Yeah, that was something else. He killed his teammate for good measure just to put even more pressure on his back, but he takes control of it. He finds 3 kills in that round. And now Serene Vendetta leaving things up now with the chance to see what they can do on this defense. Well,
no early nades from either team, actually.
Yeah, well,
Chapa does pick one up. It looks like it's going to be a B play over here from Annex, guys, but only 1 player over. Lol, whatever we're calling him right now, very secluded by himself, so he needs his teammates to group up. Surely he's giving them comms and information that they're going to be pushing over here.
Chapa's that bomb carrier as well. He's going towards that B bomb site. He's trying to throw some shoulders, but I wonder if LOL spotted him. Yes, he does. Take some shots at him. Now Chapa looks to go in behind that bomb. Gets stunned though. Will stay alive. Knowledge is held, but Sucks in the back. Will find Dolphus, who was trying to make that flip around the backside. Nothing changes. LOL found by Chapa, sorry, there. And then Bing Bong will get the insta trade, but now once again, Bing Bong in a 1v3. Make that a 1v2. As he brings it around, but the bomb will be put down towards B. And it's going to be a 2v1 opportunity here for this Annex Sirius roster, and it's going to be all once again down to Bing Bong, trying to find the... Oh, there we go. That's it done. I was going to say, trying to find that 2 versus 1. Sadly, it wasn't coming around. Makoof, welcome.
Yeah, it was quite a good...
us up here, by the way. Just a wee... This is a quality duo, he says. There we go. I just had to say that before...
Big Makoof, mate. Player 2, good plays from him. He's been very good like all series so far. I have to say, Bing Bong's having a very strong start to the beginning of this one. Makes it, a 4v1 a lot more manageable when it's a 2v1. But the guys on the side of Annex just kind of played it right. They stayed close together. Even if they got that 3rd kill, the other player was there for the trade. But interesting to see how Vendetta respond here. They've kind of been doing quite a bit of split pushes, to be honest with you. Not really been 4-man hitting any sites or that. So, keeping it mixy, just keeping the information spread across the map. Annex look like a decent setup on this side, but are they going to read this play underneath? Useless right now. Bomb's going to go down.
Shot's been made though, but the bomb's going down towards B. 4v4 opportunity now. The first one of the round. No first blood early, which makes it a very interesting round. As Bing Bong goes for the slow peek. Doesn't find anything though, and there is a player around that corner, but he doesn't know that. We do, as we get that X-ray vision. Sadly, they don't get it, but player 2 once again finds Dollface. Now the trades come in. Law finds one. Player 2 gets a time, and once again on another, Law will fall. And now Rams going up towards Secret. Did he spot the player dropping down? But he spots the bomb diffuser. He finds him as well, and that's an opportunity to make it back to 2v2.
It'll be huge if they pull this off. As another kill from Rams. They've surely got the round secured now. Yeah, gonna be going in favour of Vendetta. Player 2, I have to say, he's made 2 massive pinches there for his team. They just needed to wait and play a wee bit slower, group up, get the communication going, and then try and retake that. But have to say, fair play to the boys on the side of Vendetta, actually holding strong, getting that bomb, even getting blooded, and still coming away with a round win. Yeah,
exactly that. Very, very well done from Vendetta. A very aggressive, but not too aggressive overly. They slowed it down. A 4v4 scenario. We've not seen very many of them so far in the 4 rounds. That's our first one. There's normally a first blood before anything is even happened, but a good start. Let's see what Annex can do now, though, is only to find a bounce back. Thankfully for Rams and Law, they got off the mark here as well in that round because they were sitting on that donut. But now they've managed to turn up and they found a kill at least and get themselves warmed up in this S&D as player 2 is making the routes, trying to find an early pick. It's not to be had yet, though, as once again we're in a 4v4 situation with still time on the clock. But a minute of that, player 2 challenges Law. First blood goes the way of Annex, and now you've got the opportunity to make that route towards the bomb site.
Say one thing, wherever they pick player 2 up from, I mean, that's just a general gamer tag has been manifested once you plug your controller in, just automatic player 2. He's spawned in with a world of confidence, making the first blood, making the routes. Annex have got the bomb down there in a great position to win this, and suddenly it's a 3v1. Rams has got the whole world on his shoulders here to try and win this. Doesn't quite do it. Annex take the round. Great play, all started from player 2, making that confident play up mid, up into the wee rafters, and getting that first blood.
I was just about to say it ended by player 2 as well. He made the route once again, and he slams through the doorway to find the final member of Serene, Vendetta, to win them the round. But he found 3 in that round there as well, so player 2 just doing all the work with the team on his back. Player 2 definitely being one of these players to pick up. Maybe we need to look at where is he from, because player 2, maybe he's a far superior quality than this Div 6 team is showing. But we'll just have to wait and see. Serene now with the attacking round, though, and they're going to have to try and change things around here as they do manage to put 3 players, going round towards B, and you've got Watch and Rams down mid. They're going for that full aggressive push. Bing Bong going for a swim.
Yeah, he's got his armbands on. Bing Bong's probably the carrier of this team in the S&D right now. You have to say, you look at the scoreboard, 2 players on 1 and 5. The thing with S&D is, it's absolutely beautiful. You've been going 1 and 5, and the game can be as close as this one is here. Do you know what I mean? Scoreboard's irrelevant in it. But Bing Bong making the routes, making the big plays, 8 and 3, and he's getting lost in the sauce back of the map now. Vendetta responding with a great round here, getting the bomb down, and in a 4v3.
Yeah, exactly. The advantage then. Bing Bong. Oh, Law finds Chappas just as we jump off board. But Bing Bong is going to get the timing on the back towards Con W. Con W recharges that as well when he's weak. Interesting strategy, but player 2 has got it all now. 1 versus 4 scenario. Bomb down, 28 seconds to play the round. Very much odds against.
Well, if anyone was going to get a 1v4 on this map right now, it would have been player 2, but he doesn't get it this round. Maybe it'll have to be later on in the round. Tell you what, if player 2's having a game, you have to say Bing Bong's trying to match him at the same time. He's having a monster in map 2.
Yeah, he's definitely having a good route. That was a nice replay. Swimming finds the first blood, opens it up for him, finds a second as well after his teammate found a player beforehand, and it made it a very straightforward 1v4 scenario. Yes, you do have player 2 finding 1, almost snapping onto the second, but it wasn't enough, and Serene will secure it to make it an even up score. Once again, 3 versus 3. Attacking round for Annex. Sirius now, as player 2 we're on board with, who's been phenomenal so far, 9 and 3, matching with Bing Bong on the other side though, so they're definitely 1 for 1 as it goes around. Who's going to go with the first blood? Those Chappas. Bing Bong is answering back though with his second. Law will find another, and all of a sudden you're in a 3 versus 2 scenario for Annex Sirius, and player 2 needs to get himself with his skating boots on because he's not found anything yet, as this whole map he's pretty much ran around.
Yeah, his problem's going to be is he left that door open, so number 8 on the minimap there has known that one of them has ran through into their spawn. They're just not quite sure where he is yet. If anyone's going to make the play, it's going to be player 2 right now. Needs to get this kill to help his team secure this round, but you're looking at it, number 2's just turning 360s, and LOL trades him out. It's a 1 versus 3 for player 2. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him.
Yeah, this is it. Player 2 once again in this situation where he's got the bomb down, there's a player sitting waiting for him, and then you've got to deal with another 2 members around the map somewhere with no knowledge of where they have gone. Bing Bong is in the corner. Bing Bong is going to be the one to find that kill, or is it going to be his teammate? I have no clue, because there is 2 angles watched there, and as soon as he gets in the corner, both players and all eyes are on him. It is Law though, who's lying down in the corner. Will finish off the kill of player 2, and Serene will take the lead here 4-3.
Yeah, I have to say, like, player 2's actually making really good plays, especially on those attacking rounds. He's getting into good positions on the map where the enemy team does not know where he is. He just needs his teammates to kind of slow down and just give him information, let him work the picks. Once he gets that first blood, the map opens up totally for Annex, and they can go towards getting the bomb down. But I said it off the start of this game, Mark, it's interesting to see how both teams played it. We've seen a couple of A plants, a couple of B plants, some mid plays. It's one of the best maps on S&D on this game so far. Do you know what I mean? It's just so much different variables. Dollface going for the player 2 route right now, but is clipped by the stun. Will the team on Annex know it? He is, but it doesn't matter anyway. Still picks up the kill onto Chappa, and now they just need to regroup. They've got the man advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly that. A good wee chase. I thought it was going to bite him in the backside. I looked at Chappa was going to turn onto him, but it wasn't enough. Dollface doing well to win it. And now you've got a couple of players on a streak here. If you're that Serene Vendetta squad, Bing Bong on 3, Law on 3, looking to keep going. Speaking of which, though, Ram's the one putting that bomb down over towards that A site. Timing, Dollface might get it here. Just down the stairwell. It's on his left-hand side. He does find him. Sucks will fall. Now you've got players fighting in the back. Rams looking for the chases round fence. Bing Bong, though, he's the person once again to finish the 2 players off. And that's going to be map point towards Serene Vendetta as they finish off that round. And here's the 2-piece you'll see just at the end, because I'm pretty sure you're going to get both of them in that. Yes, there we go. 1 and snapping on to 2, who looks to try and build a treehouse.
Yeah, I have to say it was probably the biggest round of the game so far, just to get that two round cushion. We always say it though, the 5-3 curse, is it going to bite us again? Annex, you just want to kind of change up what you're doing a wee bit, maybe even group up or just slow it right down here. You've got an attack. If you're going to let player 2 make his play, let him do it, but you need to stay up for the first 15-30 seconds.
Yeah, Con W, you've got to watch here. He's one of the fewer players that's actually managed to get more than 1 kill. It's unfortunate, but if he turns things around here, this is the time to start doing it now. They're pushing towards that B bomb site. Gets knowledge of 1 player, gets knowledge of a second, but he's the first blooded. That's unfortunate. That's going to give the advantage once again to that Serene Vendetta roster as they're looking to try and secure a map win here in the series and make it all square. But this position from Rams, I was going to say exactly that. It's such a good position to be in. I don't think I'd be looking at that, to be honest. But he's changed position anyway.
He's definitely been playing his 1v1 singles on S&D anyway to know that spot. It's one that has a Strubo special, that one. But high 3-3, the game's in the balance right now. Talking about that first blood though, if you are Con W, are you really wanting to go through that doorway with an AR knowing that the player's going to be with a sub? But kill from Rams is massive. Bomb's down. They've only got 30 seconds to collect bomb, get it planted, or get all the kills. Looks like it's going in the way of Vendetta this one.
Player 2 though pulls 1 back. They have got the bomb in control. It's going to be Sucks trying to go for the plant. There's 16 seconds to do it. There is players nearby and it's a 2v2. Sucks manages to get out. Can he duck dive and wave out the way? He can. He avoids death. Almost certainly. But the player 2 route is coming in. He spots Law. Finds 1. Sends a nade for good measure. It's going to get the wrong time. And no, Dollface is going to make it a 1v1. And all of a sudden it is on to Sucks. Does he get the sight line? Has he going to measure that time well? He spots Dollface. He knows he's there. He's just going to bait the time. Got a nade as well. That's great. But the diffuser's going in. He's going to have to check the bomb. Dollface is behind. He's going to have to get the shots off early now. He does. He's rotating around. He doesn't get it, does he?
I think they got it. Yeah, he got it. Oh, it's the worst one to lose.
Annex.
Oh, he had it in his bag. He had it in the bag, and it's the worst position to be in S&D is when it's just that, you've not got the exact 7.5 second check on the defuse, and it's the risk you take, because you expect him to hit you out, but he's got to be thinking there, Sucks, he's got 15 seconds, he can't run and kill you and then defuse the bomb, so you've just got to play your positioning better. Huge defuse from Vendetta, though, to tie the series up. Well played.
What? I don't even know what I've just seen there. That is unfortunate timing for Annex there. It looked like they turned around on his head and they got themselves back into this for only Serene to get the defusal. I think spinning around like that in a circle there saved his life for that
I'm in disbelief
millisecond
of
of a
that
second.
It's that nade, Mark. I'm disbelief. I mean, that nade that he's throwing, that's hitting well. Never mind the bomb. It's going well past it. It's got strong arm on it. You see plays like that, you're screaming because you want to be in the game, and you're doing it yourself there. You see he had the perfect chance to actually secure the round. It was planted for him. Just needed to play his timings wrong, but correctly. But I just don't think. I mean, we've all been there. Do you know what I mean? When nerves get the better of you, but you have to say fair play to the boy for sticking to the fuse.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, you're saying we'd all been there. To be fair, I've never been there. I would have been playing just as Con W did in that round, where I couldn't find a kill. I'd be the first blooded every single time, and I'd be like, I'm not going to sit and watch you guys play Search and Destroy. But yeah, for the most part, that was quite a great little match to watch there, and could have been anybody's, but yeah, Serene got a good couple of rounds in a row. Bing Bong being a standout player from that as well. 12-4 he went. That is a phenomenal performance from you on S&D, and definitely carried his team to the victory. But timing there in the end for that clutch defuse as well, just knowing, right, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. Let's hope for the best he doesn't check it, and it worked out in his favour, and they go on and win it. So now with it going, is Con Rams and stuff are going to be going the other way around, so I'm going to have to swap all the colours again. But yeah, just talk us through this next map here. We know is going to be Control Vault.
Yeah, well, it's probably the most common map we've seen this year, and I think in the free casts we've done together, I think it's been Vault every time, is it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's very defense heavy. The worst thing that can happen is you'll lose ticks on B early, right? That's the worst thing that can happen. Sometimes that plays into mind games a wee bit. Say if you're the guys on Vendetta, you've just won a big S&D. Sometimes just be confident, actually hit B off the rip because everyone expects you to go A, right? And then you get a tick, maybe get 2 ticks. See if you're taken out, you've got 2 ticks of progression on there, and then it's an easier cap on A to go back to. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We've definitely got a series on our hands here.
Yeah, we definitely do. When chap switches to Annex is ready. What? Oh, fuck it. I think you just keep changing. I've just changed the names. I swear to God. COD players, why? Why are you like this? Like, why? Every single time. Right, so Annex Sirius should be team 2. Right. I think we're good. Just waiting one more player to swap over. That's what's confusing me a little bit. There we go. Right. So yeah, a 6-3 win in the Search and Destroy for Hacienda. Going away with Serene Vendetta to tie up the series. I actually forgot to do a few things here when we were posting, because, we put tweets out on a regular, and you know what I want to do? I want to continually update that. But, just with it being so busy and so quick and players swapping rounds, we never managed to get the score lines updated on it, but we'll post them into that Twitter as well. So if you are following us on Twitter, it's Marco G Cast. You will see the updates on there as well as all of the information from whatever games we're casting, who we're casting with, and such like, which I like you to keep on board with, because me and Strobo are trying to put on some shows for you and show you some great COD plays. That being said, we should be getting ready for this match. I think everybody is almost ready to go, and with it being Vault Control once again, we've seen it plenty of times. I like the early route where you go as if you're going towards A, go underneath Vault, go straight through to B, try and get early Dix progress early on, just to try and secure like at least 1, maybe potentially 2, depending how quickly you can make that push and get some kills along the way. I feel like that is the only way kind of to make yourself a good chance on the attacking rounds.
Yeah, the only problem with that one is, I will say, see if the team on defense have got their nades down and do the nade over the top through the window. All 4 of these are doing the same plan, going through mid, dropping down. See if 2 of those nades land perfectly, you're in a whole world of trouble. So interesting to see how they break off with this one. But yeah, I want to see a few mixy strats here, just because obviously we see it so often. I want to see teams be a bit creative, a bit more inventive. see what they can come up with for their original break-offs. I think the big power points on this map would be, you know, the bridge on the left-hand side, you know, holding that, especially if you're on defense, and then obviously you've got top art as well to look over B. If you're on the attacking side, you want to be getting your subs in bottom art and just holding, making sure the opposite team are spawning further away from the point to allow you to cap B as well. So yeah, interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, everybody, I've said to them, I'm already, we're just needing to wait on one of their players to move over, and then they'll start the game, and we'll be going to Vault. And we're going to see 2 matches of Vault, and it's going to be the Control first off, then we're going to see a hard point once again. But the way that these games have been going, and they were pretty close in that first hard point, I feel like we could be seeing a round 5 in this one, considering the stats and how well player 2 is turning up. Like the little, we're praying for a
we need a game 5, Martin. Need a game 5.
We do need a game 5. We want it going down to the wire. I am ready. Rams is asking. Thankfully, he's asking for that. Make sure we are ready to go. We are, and we're certainly ready to get into the matchup. Our third game of this series is a Vault Control. And it's anybody's game at this point in time. It's 1-1. Whereas last time we've seen this, it was 2-0 already to one team. And that was that Annex roster as well, funny enough. But the Annex this time are managing to pull 1 win in the first hard point, losing it on S and D, and now see what they can do here on that Control. So we'll head straight into that map. I am pushing all the wrong buttons because Monster and my head minced just now, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That is the game. The game hasn't even started though, so we're all right. We're all good.
Looks a bit better. And yeah, we've got LOL straight away going towards A. A couple of early nades actually. Interesting plays. Not directly hitting it, but player 2. Well, I'll tell you what, he's having a series, Mark.
Yeah, player 2 opens up with 2. That's a great start. But LOL hasn't even made any effort to go into that vault, into the middle map, and not looking to do anything yet. As we jump off board because you've got ConW making routes. Players are sitting in corners. And how the world does Rams kill that player there? I have no idea. It looked like he was looking the other way. Rams is just absolutely slaying. 3 in a row he goes, and look at that. Secure onto the A zone. Dollface finds Chapas, and you've got a good little security to try and make some ticks of aggression made. But that is just unfortunate timing, as you do see 1 kill up top. But they've got 2 players on the zone, making the tick go even quicker.
Yeah, it's a good start from Rams to say the least, but you know, look at the guys in Vendetta, they've already got 3 ticks on that A. If you're I was going to say, you could chalk it off and just focus on B if you're the side of that Annex, but straight away it's 4 dead, despite you killing himself with the nade. Player 2 making the routes, is still making all the kills. I would have loved to see their previous respawns, because he looks like he might have just totally transformed this team.
Oh yeah, certainly. Annex looking really good with player 2 on the roster. Better not say that to Rockies, because he's the replacement, and all of a sudden Rockies is the one sitting back watching his team playing well here as player 2. Still continuing to do well in this defense, but they have managed to hold off the zone. The 1 minute added is going to be secured. It's still 15-15 in lives, and it's all to play for here. Minute and 24 to go towards B. Finding time is going to be where it's going to be difficult now with top art control for Annex Sirius. You need somebody to make that route around the back.
Yeah, they've come out alright of it there. I'm not sure I quite like the fact that they literally just had the tick secured and 2 of the Annex boys child in and died off it, but they've managed to sort of stabilise right now, so it's turned out alright. Rams with a massive play through into P4 right now. He's going to go up top P4, see if he can get any players making their way towards the point. Rams getting the first kill right there. It's massive from him. Is he going to hold it? Now the boys in Annex are in a world of trouble if they get this 3rd kill.
Yeah, unfortunate for that. ConW does find Rams though, and it's now going to be all to play for here on B. A little bit of ticks made, and that's what they want to look for. Jumps off the zone for now. Chapas will fall. Player up top, Art though is player 2. And has he picked up a sub, or is he using that AR? He was using the AR, I was about to say, because from that top, surely you want to be holding that, but Sirius running out of lives here. No more respawns. It is looking good for Serene. And they're almost captured it as well. The contest comes in. You just throw life set at the end of this now, surely, because you're going to lose otherwise. Contested, clear. Contest, clear, and just finish it off. Player 2, there's no way you're going to hold this yourself, are you? He's managed to stop it for now.
5v2 is doable. Player 2 needs to make this route, and he's got... Oh, has he just got away? He might have done this. Please do not chase him if you're the side of Vendetta. Play your lives, start together, 5v1. you're focusing on getting the point. If you stack it right now, you win the point, and that's the worst case scenario if you are Annex. There it is. Full caps in. Vendetta take the attacking round. It's not something we see too often, but fair play to Vendetta because player 2 had a bit of a good start to that one.
Yeah, that was a very, very good finish. I didn't think it was going to go that way because it was a very slow starter for sure from Serene. None of them were looking to push in towards A. They were definitely looking for hunts and kills around the map, but yeah, it wasn't as aggressive as I've seen other teams go for, but it's worked out and they've managed to find the kills that are needed to secure the round. They didn't even have to go by ticks. They managed to get 6 of them, and now Annex on an attacker round are going to have to do something special here. But with a player like player 2 on your roster, that is a chance of that happening. He is currently 12-6, and now he's going to be the player looking to try and change it once again here. It's Annex Sirius. We're going to go up towards that top catwalk control. I feel like this is a solid place to be in to find some good picks, and there we go. 3 dead in the feed already is going to be the opening opportunity here for Annex Sirius, and they decide, right, I'm going to go B, and I'm going to try and go hunting for kills in the back spawn.
Yeah, I like this from player 2 straight away, already hitting towards bottom art, knowing full well his team are mopping up kills, and they're probably just, inside of Vendetta, you're probably just saying, just chalk off A, let's just focus on B. Player 2 in a great position to stop anyone dropping down. Going to make a gunfight right now in the middle. Yeah, oh, he was unfortunate to get a second, but still 3 dead for the side of Vendetta. Annex going to get that first cap, and now they're going to focus on B, and they've got 2 minutes and 13 seconds to do so.
Right, I understand the whole, okay, we've lost A, but giving up so quickly without any challenge with all these lives, you got 1 tick already lost on B as well, and life count in favour of Annex Sirius, but there's a 3 dead for Serene. Vendetta is going to push them further back in the spawn, and now if you're Serene, you want to push it up the map. You want to get yourself more control over their spawns and potentially push them back into that blender if you possibly can. But player 2 is one of these players that knows how to find his way out and find a route to at least get themselves secured and get themselves away from that blender.
Yeah, but Vendetta have got a good defensive hold right now. They know that player 2 is going to be trying to push through. If you look at the guy number 2, he's going to meet him in 2 seconds right now. Mops him up straight away. It's a good defensive hold from Vendetta. Chapa with a big kill there, but traded instantly from Bing Bong. It's back and forth at the minute. I couldn't call this one.
Oh, Bing Bong goes massive 3 in the feed straight away. Now the opportunity to push it back up and hold for this defense and give themselves 2 rounds on the bounce, which would be a great start here. Bing Bong, is he going to find another? No, but Rams knows he's there. The call out is good. Serene looking good for the calls and making sure that their team are set up.
Yeah, there might be 2 lives down, but it's not a huge deal on Vault if you're on defense. You know, the setup seemed quite good, and they know a guy's outer right now, so he's just looking to see if he can get a couple of bullets off, but it's massive from the guys on Annex. Straight away, you want to be pushing 1 into art right now, and the rest just stacking the point. You know they're coming off spawn. This could be a huge reply back in the round count for Annex if they get this one. Yeah,
Con W finds Dollface. A player inside Vault is found. There's only 1 more player to deal, and that's going to be Bing Bong, the player you have to deal when Con W does just that. The only problem is there's only 1 player on the point. It's going to take slow ticks of progression, but if you've got Con W doing what he's doing best, he's on a 5 spree. He's going to make it 6. No, he's not. Rams will trade him out, but that's the ticks progression done. Once again, another 6 ticks earned on the attack, and that is really strange to see here on Vault Control.
Tell you what, I just don't even know anymore. You know, this is probably the most defense-heavy map in the world, and both teams have looked stronger on the attack. So you have to say fair play to both teams because they've slayed well when they're on the attacks. And at times you think that, you know, the setups from the guys defending are, you know, fundamentally sound, but it just keeps on getting broken constantly. But tell you what, 1-1, we couldn't have asked for a better series tonight going into this.
Oh, 100%. You could not ask for anything better. A good masterclass here on the attacking skills. And we're going to see a win on any defense this time around. It's the opposite normally we're expecting to see. But not this time. It is all about the attacks. As the nades go to the top there. Going to see it back and forward. That nade actually might deal some damage, but nothing there dealt with yet. If Vendetta want to do anything like they were slow to start with, to go anywhere towards any pushes. But this time the defense are just doing good here. 3 kills to the good.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how it's going. Dollface is making a few good routes himself. Maybe not as heavy on the kill department as he'd want to be, but I mean, look at when you're shooting like that, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. Making the important kills and staying alive looks heavy for the team on Vendetta capping A right now. 3 stacking it. They're in a great position just to get into early, focus on that B site, I think if you decide on Annex right now, you're coming off spawn, you're not going to make it in time. You just need to get your defensive setups well. But Rams with the 3-piece. Oh, is he going to get a 4-piece? No, he's traded by player 2, and player 2 needed to do that. Hey, we've got a minute and a half just over to focus on 1 point of progression.
Wow, that's a sit-down moment. Rams the clip. We just got on board just as the time was ending, but that was a great little 3-piece from himself. Gives himself that security on A. That's more protective progression made. And now, you know how we did it last time? They managed to secure B as well. They've got the life count in their favour as well, but they've got players in the back of their spawn. Rams can't find Con W, and that's going to be even more players pushed back, but the spawn's going to be over towards that jacuzzi side.
It's just absolutely mental, this game. Usually you're quite often seeing, like, kills trade. This one, it just seemed like 3-4-piece to the other team, 3-4-piece to the other team. Like right now is happening. You know, I cannot follow what's happening with the guys on attack. There again, 3 dead for the side of Annex. The attacking rounds is just crazy right now.
It is so weird position. I don't even know who to observe half the time, because every single time I feel like the person that's going to be getting the shots, they manage to nip away and avoid any contact, and instead, like we said, we'll just avoid Bing Bong. You get some shots off, and he's deciding, I'm going to go in towards top art because I can hear gunshots, and there's going to be a player up top. Going to be Con W. He's behind the chair. You barely even see him, but he's managed to secure top art position, and they just need to deal with that one player in the back, though. Player 2 looks his corner, but he goes to top art. Doesn't deal with Bing Bong. Bing Bong's going to deal with him, and that's going to be the round. Serene Vendetta, once again, a secure round. Is that 6 ticks of progression as well?
6 as well. Vendetta looking good, but Annex by no means looking weak. It's crazy how this game's going. I've not seen a vault like this in a long time.
No, it's a very strange. It feels like all of a sudden attacking is where you want to be. So you don't want to give up these. Just give it up. Just give up the defense, right? This time, if you're Serene, just whatever. Yeah, don't defend it. Let them get it back. You'll get the attack, and you can win it. The attack. It's just weird.
Crazy. Crazy how it's going. But well, you got to say the guys on the Annex, Con W, and Chapa having good games as well. We speak about player 2 quite a bit this series, but both of them holding their own respectfully. Rams and Bing Bong the stronger on the 2 sides, and they get the 2 first kills off the break of the round. But it's leveled up with trades going either way. Bing Bong with his 2nd kill of the round, and Vendetta strong defense off the rip.
Bing Bong's keeping his spree going as well from that last round as well. He's on 6 in a row. He's building towards that hellstorm. He's trying to see if he can do anything as he goes underneath towards that swimming pool side. But as in a defensive side, well, it's going to be interesting, isn't it, where he's going, because he knows there's players taking A, but he's missing every single bullet. It's not working out for him there. His teammates are going to try and clear that, but Rams can't do it. Dollface now looks to do it, but Con W shoots him in the face as well. That's 2 dead. Challenge comes in from Law. He's finished off. Bing Bong does find a 7th before he falls. But this looks like another good attacking round here for Annex, as they have managed to get 2 ticks of progression made. They're starting to win their gunfights.
Did Bing Bong get his Hellstorm there?
No, I don't think he did. No.
Oh, that would have been game changing if he managed to get that. But we've got the guys on Annex with a strong 2-piece there just to hold the problem they've got. Hold the attack. The problem they've got is the guys on Vendetta are very split across that back line there. You know, 1 in top art, 1 in top P4, holding strong. Once they get a couple of kills, they can start pushing up the map.
Rams knows where player 2 is. He'll finish him off as well. Good position to be in. Now you've got Bing Bong. Oh, he's not going to read the player. The COD timing at his best. Chaps is there though, and he knows that's exactly where you went. How can finish you off? Trade comes in from Dollface. He finds a 2nd onto Con W. The defense looking good here for Serene, and the chance to kind of win it here in a 3-1 situation, as they have got it even in the lights. But I feel 1 minute left to play. Who's going to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, well, kills just going back and forth at the minute. 14 apiece. Looks like the guy on is it Chapan P? He's pushing the top mark, but he is taken out by player 2. I can't call this one, but 12 each. It's just going to go down to kills, I think.
I mean, Annex have just found 2 good kills over towards that B side. Now you've got 2 players all spawning in, and Con W is going to have to go on to B, secure that time. Look at this player, Chapa. He's going to get timing on 1. Turns onto that, sees the player from the spawn. His teammate will finish that off, but it was the one player that was on B finished off, and player 2 dismantled. Suxo finds Low. still, it could go down to kills, like you said. This could be like an S&D format that we have on our hands here before this. There's still 37 seconds left of the round. And either way, Serene Vendetta will be happy if this just ticks down or the lives go either way. That'll be their win, but it's looking pretty good. Two in the kill there from Dollface. Rams will find a third. All of a sudden, it looks like full momentum on the Serene Vendetta roster. Is it now?
Dangerous now, Bing Bong up top. If he gets this kill, it's massive. But player 2 manages to do it, gives them a wee bit of hope. 5 versus 3. The problem they've got right now is they need to stop that clock. Sucks knows there's players on his side. He's spotted one, but he will not know there's one close left to him. He's just lining up, trying to get that shots in. He hasn't managed to see him yet, but the clock is paused now. 5v1, and there it is. It's all she wrote.
Yep, Serene take the win. It is 3-1, and they're looking a little bit better for it there. Rams.
They'll be happy getting a defense anyway.
Hmm?
They'll be happy getting a defense anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be strange to lose your defenses every single control round, which is not normally what we see happen on any control. Normally, you're looking to win for that defense. But there we go. That is the scores on the doors there, and Bing Bong and Rams looking solid. They're 28 and 29 kills respectively. Unfortunate for the Annex Sirius squad, but their attacking rounds were good. Just not as good as Serene Vendetta's overall. Let's go to that series board. Let's get the scores on the doors for that one, because we're a bit slower to react this time round. But it is a 3-1 win, and it is going the way of Serene. They were Team A. There we go. So there's your scores on the doors. A good position here for Serene Vendetta to finish it off here in the hardpoint, going back to that vault map that they've just pretty much won on here on the control, different kind of game mode though, and it was a very close hardpoint to start with for a while, and they were very much in control on Skyline for such a good vast majority of the time until it was in the Annex kind of took a wee bit of a slower start where they turned it around on its head and got themselves the lead to win it. Do you see Annex starting a little bit different here this time and trying to see if they could push early for some time? Because if you start as slow as you did, there's a chance that Serene take the series here.
Well, it's one of those ones that's for a 3-1 control, it didn't really feel like a 3-1 control. Obviously, the S&D felt a bit close in the 6-3 as well. So if you're on the side of Vendetta, you've got to be kind of having a bit of confidence going into this one. The saving grace for Annex is they know in the back of their minds, we've won the hard point, we can do it again. P1 is similar to P1 on Skyline here, whereas it's quite mixy. You're maybe not expected to get the most time on it, but your main focus is rotating for the second hill, and that's where Annex really played better than Vendetta in the first map. So it's one of them, it's tough to call, but you need to get player 2 back to lane for the side of Annex. Serene, they've just got to keep that momentum up and just focus on the spawns, and then hopefully this should be good to take the series. Yeah,
exactly that. Well, they'll want to finish it here if you're a Vendetta. You don't want to go to that round 11. Yeah, the round 11, round 5, def map 5 should be sick. Oh, Jesus, I need more monster. Give me some of that. I definitely need more of that, because my brain is just not fully functioning here, but I'm hoping that the players on the other side have got their brain function, because they're going to have to try and do something good here, and hopefully it'll work for Serene. I can't even remember the colours I was using for Serene now. I've been switching it back and forward at the moment in that call caster, because they keep changing it and I keep forgetting. But I'm hoping they're changing it this time round, and then we will be going into it. But as it stands, straight up, I've got myself on screen. There we go. That's not unfortunate. I told you that. I swear to God, I'm having an absolute nightmare today. It's like I felt like I was more energetic today than I was yesterday, but I'm just, maybe my fingers are just so lively today. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons.
It's just a series, Mark. It's just getting you a wee bit.
It is. It definitely is. That's 7 ticks, and I've got the ticks. It feels like. I mean, I don't know what it is. But yeah, a good round for Serene, and once they get themselves sorted here once again for Vault, we will be going and seeing what could be the final map of the series. That map 3, though, was pretty impressive, actually, considering Vault on attack is normally an easy winnable map on attack. It was something else. It was definitely something else.
Definitely different. It's very hard to analyse it, really, and break it down, because there's so many things that, like, you wouldn't expect to go as well as they did, but then a lot of things went wrong. Do you know what I mean? Kills were just going, the kill feed was going white for 30 seconds and it was going purple. It wasn't as if it was just trade, and different teams had different controls of the map at different point. Then teams would, give away their lives, at the wrong times, and then my head's gone after that last one, totally gone. So hopefully the hard point brings us back a bit more normality. But this could be mixy.
It definitely could be mixy. So I just need to keep an eye on if the players change sides again, because nobody is very, they're like me just now. They're not very reactive as they should be. And it was normally player 2 to start with, but player 2's actually moved this time. Now it's Rams. I mean, Chapa, player 2, and 6. That's the Annex roster, so that's team 2, right? So that should be. Is Annex? Yeah, Annex. Oh, they have swapped that sides again, haven't they? I've just changed it around. I'm gonna have to ask them in the chat. Hold on a second. Try and keep them entertained there, Stribble, while I ask.
Yeah, right. Okay, so hardpoint vault, lads. Right. Okay, we've mentioned it before a few times. Okay, so your P1, you're really looking to get as much time as you can off it because it is going to be mixy. So if you get anywhere between 20 and 25 seconds, I would consider that a good P1. Your main focus going into this is getting those spawns for P2 and locking it down. You want them ideally spawning towards palm trees. It's the easier hold in my opinion, and that's what teams seem to be favouring going throughout the position. Once you get that, then it's a complete turnaround where you kind of want them spawning behind P2 as you rotate through and get sort of, P4 and top maps control, so you're set up for P3. P3 is another mixy one. If you get 20, 25 seconds, consider it a good point. And then your money hill, the main money hill on this map is going to be P4. So whatever you can do on that, you'll be quids in. So if you're on the side of an Annex, you want to be quite favourable on your money hills like you were on Skyline. I am praying that it goes to a game 5, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, there we go. I think we've managed to adjust it because they did switch and then they switched again beside, and that was what it's going to be. So we know that it is going to be Annex on team number 2 going into this one. I'm hoping I can let them know that we're ready to start our potentially final map of the series, and fingers crossed for us it is not, so that we can get another S&D on our hands and get to see that rewind, search and destroy. And I'll let them know we are ready. So hopefully that game will start in just a few seconds. In the meantime, I'll get you to a quick replay while we swap things over. Already in the kill feed, but it is going to be Sucks trying to stay alive after finding the kill onto Rams. Raz decides he's going to smack Ride My Pony in the channel point, so it confuses me a little bit here as Con W now comes through the back. Nobody getting any shots, but he throws it with a pistol as well. What's he doing running around with a pistol at back spawns? But he will be finished off there as Bing Bong does find him. Rams finds another. Now Dollface trying to continue his spree inside here and manages to... Okay, a quick wee turn around there as we are now into the lobby, and we are into vault here for the hard point. Serene Vendetta are 2-1 to the good here against Annex Sirius, and Annex Sirius are one bounce back here in this hard point. They had a strong hard point near the end of that skyline, which took them the win. Now they'll need to do the same again. It'll probably start off a little bit better than they did last time out.
Yeah, it's a strong start. 2 kills going in favour of Annex just off the rip. Like I was saying, if you get 20 to 25 seconds on this P1, you'd consider it a good hill, but trades are getting mixed up and player 2 just making other rounds. He just keeps getting lost in the sauce constantly. He's too crap for his own good. He was still reloading, sliding out, chilling the next guy. But again, Vendetta have kind of stabilised. They've got control of the hill and they've got the favourable spawns going into the new rotation.
Yeah, having an favourable spawn, especially for P2, we've seen it so many times before in that hot tub. Some good time can be earned, but a good 3 dead here going the way of Annex, but the control still in favour of Serene as they've got that spawn as they want to hold towards P2. Player 2 making the routes around the back, though, has been found out. Dollface hears the player smashing through the doorway, but a good quick answer back here. As Chappus and Con W find 2 in the fade. Now you're dealing with one more player near the time, and it's going to be Dollface. That'll be all 4 dead and pushed out of the spawns. Now Annex have control of P2, and it's an early break straight off the rip, but Bing Bong, he's managed to find 2 of his own. Does get traded out from player 2. Oh, and in range he can't find the next one.
It was a great break from Annex, but somehow Vendetta have managed to secure it and got control of the hill right now. They know the player's going to be spawning in the back. Can Lol make a two-piece? He doesn't. Con W with a big kill. If he lost that, they were going to be in real trouble. Massive gunfight coming out here. There's going to be 2 Challen Rams. He comes off the heady. I'm not sure why he's done that, Mark. He was in a good position. He didn't need to tweak as much as he has, and it's just allowed Annex in the point, getting the last 18.
Yeah, that's it. That's an unfortunate position to be in. You're in the heady. You've got a great position to be in. Speaking of great position to be in, Chap is on a 5 streak so far, looking to build. He should get inside that hard point and just hold the hard point time. Some give him seconds, but it's only 3 seconds, so you probably wouldn't earn very much points there. So good for him to make that rotation. He'll want to try and find a few more players along the way as we make our way towards P3. He does find the next kill. That makes it 6. He's not far away. Dollface will challenge him, but Dollface will win the gunfight. Kappa's spree will be ended.
I have to say it was a massive kill from Rams actually getting the kill. Con W on Rams getting the kill out of the guy top art with AR. He's just laughed in his face with that one, just drawing a red nose and a smiley face on him. But Annex again getting control of P3. If you can kind of hold a good chunk of time on this, you're in a really positive position, especially considering they've got the spawns.
I feel like it's unfortunate for anybody that I sit and spectate on at the moment, because every single time I've popped on at you, you half fell. So we'll stay on board here with Con W and top art, as they want to hold on to that P3-4 swap around here, because we've only got 12 more seconds, so they're in control of P4 for now. A very interesting pre-cooked nade. I don't know what Con W is thinking. Is he trying to get the close spawns, make sure the spawns are coming? But it's the weirdest thing I've ever witnessed. Can't lie.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, because he's spawned out for P3 now. It's just allowed them in the hill. They had 2 at the back there. I'm not sure why he's done that, what the thinking was or what the call was. Because, I mean, 2 of them were in the back. They were absolutely fine. And then suddenly he's spawning further out, and it's allowed Vendetta to just get control of your money hill. Yeah,
that is the weirdest scenario to be in, and it's given Serene full control. Well, we say full control, but that's 3 dead in the feed for Annex. And now, one more player, Rams, is trying to deal with it all on his own. His teammates are already spawned nearby, and that's going to be a good opportunity to get even more time. And that was all because of an Annex self-nade, which was very strange and unorthodox.
Bizarre. It's the kind of things you expect to see in rank play, but you know what I mean, we're in Division 6 now, up with the big boys. Dollface making a good couple of kills right there just to secure the rest of that scrap time on P4. They're building a sizable lead.
Yeah, that's all 3 dead though, and it's only Rams inside the hill. He's going to have to wait for the rest of his team to come off of that spawn as we go back towards P1. Annex in control of that for now early on. A couple of kills though. Rams and Law will find 2. Making the route around the back. Rams can't find Chappa. It's all down to Chappa. 13 and 8 so far. He's looking good here in his hardpoint. He's going to get the call out towards Law. He's going to see another player out back here as well, but the teammates will deal with it. They're getting so much time here on P1, and considering the hill that it is, you don't tend to see that very often. But 30 seconds go their way, and the break eventually comes in, but only for a few seconds as Con W will finish off. Rams inside. Doesn't find any more kills though, as it does go back and forward. Law finds a 2-piece though, makes it 3 in a row from himself, and that is exactly what Serene needed here to make sure that Annex will be spawning the far side, as P2 is going to be popping any second now, and that's going to give them that chance of spawns and control. With a 4 dead, that's going to be even more control that they need here.
Yeah, Lol's having a monster game right now. He wants this series finished right now. The problem with Annex right now is they've actually got some decent breaks and getting some decent kills in the feed, but they're just not really holding the points well enough. But it's a big kill from Sucks just to slow the time off a wee bit. 2 dead, player 2 making another kill. 3 dead, Sucks. Big AR shots, 4 dead, and all of a sudden it swings in the favour of Annex. Sometimes I say things and I just don't know what I'm talking about because the gameplay proves me wrong.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Con W has a couple of good kills himself. Is he going to make it a 3rd? He does. There we go. Annex now holding him back at the spawn. Unfortunately for him, he peeks a little bit to the side where there is 2. Make that 3 players challenge, and they're looking to go back towards P2. Are they going to challenge at the last 20 seconds though? I feel like if you throw bodies at this, yeah, it's going to be bad timing. It's going to spawn you even further away, but set yourself up for 3 and 4. Just send Law on his own, which is good. They've got themselves spawn in position here for P3 and 4 rotation now, and it's Dollface with that sneaky hide behind a palm tree. Blocks, can he maybe pick off a few numbers here? There's 1. Sees the player crossing from mid-map inside vault. Gonna get some tags on to player 2 and send a nade in. It's gonna be quite good to slow him down at least. Can't win that gunfight up top though, but Con W does. Still Dolphy staying alive here outside P3. Wow.
Hey, well, it is neck and neck right now. Yeah, neck and neck right now. If you're Annex, you're soaking up some of that good P3 time. Straight away there again, Vendetta just go free piece as soon as I've just said they're holding it well. But the saving grace is they've got the spawns. The Bing Bong knows it. He's killed one. Oh, he's almost turned and burned and got the second one there. Big kill from Sucks just to hold the spawns right now. Annex, if you've learned anything from the last rotation, do not team nade yourself. Focus on your spawns. Get that money hill.
Yeah, exactly that. You want this time, you bring all this, the last bit of P3, you bring it to within 10 seconds, you get the control of P4, you've got a chance to hold on and take the lead. We did it last time, Annex had to come back from the deficit, and that's what they're looking to do here. They've not been in control in the lead here, this hard point yet, but they're getting closer to it now as P2 is about to pop.
Yeah, the big kill out the back here. Oh, and he's been stuck by a nade, that's so unfortunate. But great nade from Bing Bong, and all of a sudden the game's just flipped on its head. It might be neck and neck, but Vendetta definitely have the advantage holding the hill.
Yeah, another good nade there from Ramzo. He will be found out by Con W, but Bing Bong is still sitting around the back. He's going to know that that player is one shot. He does finish that off here as well. Dollface gets two as well. They're holding their own here and inside the back. Con W is going to run right into Bing Bong. He's got himself his 20th kill of this map. And he's looking good for Serene.
Yeah, they just can't seem to close that gap at the minute. You think Annex are in a good position, especially for that P4 just about to pop, and all of a sudden now you find yourselves almost 50 points down. They're so close to being so good on this map, but it's just the wee things that are going wrong for them at the minute, and it's a big hold coming up on P1 right now for them.
He gets caught with a nade in his hand there. That's unfortunate for him, but then the kill goes their way. Annex onto P1 once again, and they had a good 30 seconds the last time out, but they want to try and get more than that potentially, because they can't be giving up too much time now here to Serene Vendetta, because they're close to that 200 point mark and close to finishing off the series here. Annex need to go big,
Ding Dong's in a
or
massive
they go...
pinch, yeah.
I was about to say, are they big or they go home, and then you say ding dong, but it's Bing Bong. Here we go. A little ding dong in the lobby would be an interesting one.
Yeah, that's an offside call out, that one. But yeah, I mean it's good time from Annex. They've done quite well there, considering that all the players from Vendetta were coming from different angles. The problem they've got now is they've held a good chunk of this time. It's got within a 20-point game, but they need to break this first try to try and get themselves in an advantageous position. That is not going to be done. Lol with the big kills. He seems to be going off this map. I'm really impressed with how he's playing this hardpoint.
Con W finds one Rams there for the trade though. Now you're going to have player number 6, that's number 2. Who's player number 2? If unfortunately will be found out as well, and Bing Bong finds Chappa straight afterwards as well. A good hold here in P2 will almost secure this win. It's not going to be enough to win it, but it'll be within 10 seconds if they secure all the remaining time. But the close spawns do come in for Annex. But the kills are all falling. Every single player has been found out. Rams will find the final member. And once again, 30 more seconds left to play it. Annex are in no man's land at the moment.
A big free kill to stop them getting that last 20, because they're in a bit of a sticky position if they lost all that time, especially with how back and forth P3 is going to be. But Rams with a big 2-piece. He's probably wisely not even challenging it. He's just focusing on the next hill. If he can get some kills, get him trapped in that side there, and then they're looking good for the win. But Bing Bong, massive plays, tagging up the enemy team there, managed to secure the kills and secure the spawn. He's going to be top art, he's going to be holding it with an AR. It's an uphill battle to climb for Annex right now.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a tough ask. You've got player number 5, Con W, spots one through the Jeep. Bing Bong's up in top art. Got to deal with him, but Annex have managed to get the break. Now they're chasing that place and the player in top art. Spawns are going to be flipped over on the other side, and Annex can bring this back in to touching distance. But that being said, 3 dead in the feed for Serene Vendetta, and all of a sudden the spawns are flipped once again. Annex are outside towards that P1 spawn, looking their way towards it. Rams spots one, player 2 deals with him. In mid-map, starts to go make the way, and play is done. The break is in, but they're not on the time, and they'll need as much of this time as possible, because there's only 20 more seconds needed if you're Serene Vendetta. But you get the rest of this time here, you're only needing 30 seconds, and it's all going to be down to P4. And guess who's in control of it? It is Annex Sirius in control of the position already. Just need to make sure they win their gunfights in the back. Sucks finds one. Player 2 finds the second inside the hill. That's the break they need. It's going to end here no matter what.
Oh, it's crunch time now. Sucks needs to get this first entry kill right now. He's in a world of trouble if he doesn't, and he doesn't get it. It's 2 dead on the side of Annex. Vendetta really could close it out right now. If they get this third kill, it might be all she wrote. They're going to be panicking now on the side of Annex, but you need to have some sort of faith in your teammate. Player 2 going huge, getting a 2-piece, just slowing it down. Oh man, Mark, this is one of the best hardpoints we've seen.
Oh, this is so close, but it feels like these last few kills are just going in the way of Serene Vendetta, and they're not managing to make the break. 3 dead once again. 2 more seconds is all it's required. There's too many players to deal with. Serene Vendetta will win the series. A 250 to 214 going the way of Serene, and that was some series we had on our hands. Some hard points we've witnessed have been phenomenal. They've been close, not too close. Serene coming out on top of this one. Annex won the first one, but overall the series will go the way of Serene Vendetta. A 3-1 victory to secure it and take their lead now to 5-0 in their series counts so far in Division 6. Bing Bong, absolutely massive again, 34 and 26, and they're just looking top dollar. If you're Serene, you'll be happy with your series as it ended your way once again.
Yeah, it seems like it might be Annex's Achilles heel right now with the... You know, we've mentioned before they've probably been losing series, taking a map, maybe losing 3-1s, 3-2s. Looked really good on that hardpoint. Looked decent across all 4 maps they played tonight, but just unfortunate they just couldn't really find the holds they needed to when they had the money hills there, especially the P4s. I cannot get over that team nade. I don't know what was going through the boys' head. It's unfortunate that they've kind of lost the other ones when they had control right at the end there, but tell you what, Bing Bong just had a monster game. Can't really complain. He slayed heavy all series, to be fair to the boy.
Yeah, it was a great series, and you're saying that Bing Bong, definitely one of the players to look out for. They had such a great game. Series Vendetta, I'm pretty much going to be giving our MVP once again, as we do at the end of the series. And let's go and jump over to that from the Serene Vendetta roster. And I think overall, when I'm looking back at these score sheets, that was a solid round of hardpoint from Bing Bong. He was solid in the control. I think he was solid across the board, if I'm honest. He was 12 and 4 in the search and destroy as well. I mean, he's got to be our MVP for the series. Oh, I have jumped and pushed the wrong button. There we go. What are we doing, Mark? I told you, this is not my day. There we go. Bing Bong taking the winner and the MVP to his name. We'll put it all in uppercase because it looks better. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful in uppercase. Your series winners are obviously Serene Vendetta, and your MVP well and truly earned.
Yeah, I have to say Bing Bong was lights out the whole series. I know we'll give player 2 props on the side of Annex. You know, if there's an honourable mention going out, it would have to be to him. But Bing Bong just ran the show. He was just everywhere across the map, just getting mixy. Boys on Annex couldn't trace him, couldn't trade him. Aye, well played to the boys. Definitely had his G Fuel tonight.
definitely had his G Fuel. I mean, that's one thing. I started having some monster. Maybe it's the monster that's doing this to me. I just seem to be touching all the wrong buttons and so quickly ready to do it. I mean, that's it's just what it is. But there we go. Series winners Serene Vendetta keep their undefeated spree going. This time they lost 1 map, so that's their 4th map loss through 5 series. I mean, that can't be grumbled at, that's for sure. And the way it was quite close. I felt like they could have dropped a couple of maps, and it was a few just unfortunate timings for Annex, especially with that team nade, like we said. I don't know why he naded himself. That was very strange, to say the least. I've never seen it happen. I don't know if he realised he'd run out of bullets, he wasn't going to get a weapon, so he killed himself or something, but it just happened to be the worst timing to ever do it. But, I mean, I thought he was pre-cooking it for somebody maybe coming around the corner, and instead it wasn't. But yeah, these things happen. That might have changed the game flow for you, and might have mean you were in control of that P4 on the second set of rotations and took the lead at that point.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say, Annex actually had control of it, and all 3 rotations there. Do you know what I mean? They had the good setup, and they just got broke within the first 15 seconds. It was unfortunate. Team nade, we've spoken about it enough already. I don't know what was going through the boys' head, but it's one of them ones, in it. It's the wee things that decide a map, and I think unfortunately for Annex, it was just too many of the wee small mistakes went against them tonight. I thought they actually looked quite solid across the game mode. Some of the scores were a bit disingenuous to how they actually played. I thought the control was closer than a 3-1, and obviously the hard point that could have gone like down to the wire if they just held those P4s a little longer. But you'd have to say, Vendetta, it comes with being confident. They're 5-0 now in the division, I believe. You know, see when things are going your way, you're not going to make the small mistakes. Things are going to go your way, and you're going to close out series like they have done tonight.
Yeah, you certainly will. It's a very good series to close out, considering Annex with that player 2 pickup looked really good, and player 2 was on form for being MVP of the series, even after losing the series as well, to be fair. We don't tend to give it to the losers, losing team, but he was just such a great player to be watching, to get some great picks. And it wasn't just about how many kills he was getting, it was the kills he was getting that was securing the crucial parts of the map, whether it was in control, whether it was in the S&D rounds, that he was just finding some good picks that needed to be found, and in the hard points, just finding the 2 and 3 pieces that opened up the opportunity to break the hill. I mean, it was great all out, but unfortunate for Annex, it wasn't a win that they're almost needed to kind of secure in this like top half of the bracket that they want to keep in the group. So far, they're now going to be in a 1-3 ratio, which is unfortunate. 3 losses on the bounce. I don't know if that's true or not, if it's all in a row, or if they got one of these in between it. But it's not a great form to be on, considering. But there's a couple of change of rosters that have obviously happened. Maybe things have changed a little bit. Maybe the subs that they've thrown will work better as player 2 starts getting used to the roster, or potentially Rocky, who was actually the player that was going to be playing. Maybe he's the actual stand-up player normally, and he just wasn't available to play tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely positive sides for them. Yeah, like we said, it came down to small margins, really. The positive thing, if that's the first game that player 2's played with him, he's played very well, so they have to be happy with the pickup in terms of the kill, not just the kills he was getting on the board, but the type of kills he was getting, like you said, making it on crucial parts of the times in the map, crucial parts, areas. Decent one to go to kind of build off of. They just need to go back, watch their VODs, see where they went wrong, and try and improve going into the next series.
Yeah, exactly. And that's saying that again, looking at the VODs, whatever, you'll see the VOD, it'll be available straight after the stream ends, and also over on YouTube. So wherever you wish to go and see the VOD, whatever's easier for you, it'll avoid ads pretty much if you were to go over onto YouTube most of the time. But I mean, you're still going to get ads unless you pay for premium. But oh, there we go. That is the end of the series though, and that is another win we have seen for Serene, but this time Annex. There's win, one loss from the 2 casts that we've watched with Annex. It's unfortunate for them this time around, but we'll definitely be casting an Annex game at some point soon, I'm sure, with the amount of teams and opportunities they have. And there's even multiple teams of Annex in the same leagues. So I mean, sometimes it's almost going to be an Annex roster at this point in time. There's just going to be a full league of Annex somewhere, which will be interesting to see how that works out. But thanks again, Struble, for coming along again for this evening. It was a little bit of a longer series this time, thankfully, in terms of time-wise, but the games were definitely closer than the last series, the quick 3-0, but 4 maps. We're getting edging it closer to that 5th map. Like that, we'll get there, and then before you know it, we'll be watching map 5s and be like, oh my god, is this ever going to end? We're like, come on, this series. But there we go. I'm going to send it to some replays before we head off though, so you can watch some of these highlights that we watched and managed to capture throughout this whole series. And then until the next cast, I'll catch you later on. Double base. Chappers once again are the 2 players that keeps falling to the gun of Dollface as they're looking to hold P2 well.
Towards with 10 seconds left, going towards that P3 hill. It's a huge kill from Rams, and it would have been even massiver if he could have got that second kill on the bar. But Annex just need to stabilise a wee bit here. You also have half in your mind you want to keep the spawns for P4, but they're setting up well, getting the kills, but it's just getting traded out. Sucks with a big 2.
Knows where the spawns are reading, and he is finding the kills. Sucks makes his way in and makes his way back to respawn, and so does Chappers as he finds 3 already in the kill feed. But it is going to be Sucks trying to stay alive after finding the kill onto Rams. Raz decides he's going to smack Ride My Pony in the channel point, so it confuses me a little bit here as Con W now comes through the back. Nobody getting any shots off. He pulls it with a pistol. So what's he doing running under a pistol at back spawns? But he will be finished off there as Bington does find him. Rams finds another. Now Dollface trying to continue his spray inside here and manages to finish off another pushing player and next one, player 2 and Chappers once again, and the 2 players that keeps falling to the gun of Dollface as they're looking to hold P2 well.
Towards the 10 seconds left, going towards that P3 hill. It's a huge kill from Rams, and it would have been even massiver if he could have got that second kill on the bar. But Annex just need to stabilise a wee bit here. You also have half in your mind you want to keep the spawns for P4, but they're setting up well, getting the kills, but it's just getting traded out. Sucks with a big 2.
Knows where the spawns are reading, and he is finding the kills. Sucks makes his way in and makes his way back to respawn, and so does Chavez as he finds 3 in a row. What a nice little spray there from the Serene Vendetta roster, and now that's going to be even more time, 30 seconds to the good in a row. What a nice little spray there from the Serene Vendetta roster, and now that's going to be even more time, 30 seconds to the good.
Yeah, you can kind of see Annex are kind of almost just, although they've got time just now, the other players are kind of just focusing on the bedroom trying to get ready for this P3, and it's a good break off the rip. The doll has been unbelievable off the spawn, and it's good information, good comms from the teams, know what's going to happen, but it's a big kill from Sucks just to kind of stabilise, slow it down. Is Dollface going to make another 2-piece? Gets mopped up, and it's a good break from Annex.
Yeah, Annex break, but it is still the spawns on the side of Vendetta. Rams finds 1, goes into the hard point, looks at the wrong place. It's not the back of this. Loses track of that player inside the elevator. Legendary. For Serene Vendetta, and if spawns in favor of Sirius at the moment as they look to try and get this thing back. 57 seconds away.
Let's go!
Definitely doesn't, but for
Out of the dust.
it did work for Annex.
Her legend is born. Born for the game.
Them as they could potentially
For the throne.
at least take this series
Up from the ground. And out of the gates, I am the storm, I am the thunder, I am the eye of the hurricane. Yeah, cause I'm